Grim Reaper is back. What you want? Welcome to Chasing That High 3/1/24 11:21 p.m. Yo, chat. Let me boot up the chat here. Let me see who's on. Because this right here, yo, listen, man. We all know that I'm the king at this shit. And I used to be 99.999% always correct. But on my last podcast, I said something about Bill Russell and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar playing, and they did not. All right. Okay. So I was wrong once in my life. The point still remains that Bill Russell played against Wilt Chamberlain, who is not even a discussion, is in the top 10 of basketball players of all time. But y'all still sleep on Bill Russell. Why? Because that's how the media spins it. The media spins history to boost their narrative. Yo, punch me the fuck in. Y'all know who that is, right? Y'all know who that is, right? This young brother here went on another podcast, I Am Athlete, to bash Bill Belichick and to say the reason why they won all those Super Bowls is because of Tom Brady, not because of Bill Belichick. Well, if that's the case, why didn't you, right? If Tom Brady's your man, right? Get a pair of clown shoes for this dude. If Tom Brady is your man, and Tom Brady is the greatest ever, and without Tom, there is no legacy. If you're gonna ride for your man like that, why did you not make a game-winning interception to give your boy another chip? Bill Belichick put you in the position, boy. You're a failure. You're a failure. If Tom Brady is that dude, and it's because of Tom why you getting all these rings, why would you not go on the cross and die for this man? Why would you miss a game-winning interception to give your man the chip? If it's all about Tom, then you got to die on that. You got to stand on your words. But what you did was... Now, y'all know me. One thing I will never ever do. One thing I'll never ever do is come on this podcast and bash a black coach, a black player. We only 17% of the population in this country. So we all gotta stick together. But if you're gonna come on the internet and talk that ish, then you know Bobby Shakes is gonna be here to pull your fucking card, boy. Let's get into it. Chasing That High 3/1/24 11:25 p.m. Give me my theme music. This is gonna get sticky. So unless you've been living underneath a rock, Robert Kraft went out and spent money not to make his team better, but to make a documentary on the legacy. First of all, you can't do a documentary on the legacy because the legacy just ended a couple of weeks ago. The only person you can make a legacy play on is Drew Bledsoe, because that's over 20 years, that's 24 years old. Everything right now don't make no sense because it hasn't played out yet. But this is what they do. They have the money, so fake news media spins narratives to rewrite history and to prove the narrative they trying to prove. Boo them bitches up. Yo, I'm the king of the monologue. Voice sounds crazy. My voice sounds like Irish butter over an English muffin. Look at all them nooks and crannies. This right here, what we're witnessing right now, is the greatest fall off a black head coach in the history of the NFL. For the last month, you've been hearing, that's my theme song, man. Yo. Unless you lived underneath a rock, the last month in Boston media and national media has been saying that Bill Belichick is overrated. Them clowns on Fox speak for yourself. I don't really watch the show. I mean, I like Joy. She's fly. But Slim Shady, he ain't making no sense. He claims that Bill Belichick is overrated. But Bill Belichick has always beaten Andy Reid in a game where the chip was on the line. Beat him in Philly. Beat Patrick Mahomes, owns Patrick Mahomes. Bill Belichick owns Patrick Mahomes. So if Andy Reid is the greatest head coach ever and Bill Belichick's overrated, how come Andy Reid can't beat Bill Belichick? Oh, well, it's because of Tom Brady. Well, Tom Brady doesn't play against Patrick Mahomes. It is Bill Belichick's defense that's playing against Patrick Mahomes. It's Andy Reid's defense that's playing against Tom Brady. Let's play that back. Because a lot of y'all don't know. I listen to y'all chirping on the internet, but a lot of y'all motherfuckers don't know what is good. Bill Belichick is competing against Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes. Wait a second. Patrick Mahomes is playing against Bill Belichick. Tom Brady is playing against Andy Reid. Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes is not going head to head. They can't. They're both quarterbacks. We know why we call LeBron James the king. Because he used Michael Jordan as toilet paper at the age of 15 in a close scrimmage. When's Nike going to release that tape? When is Nike going to release that tape? So that narrative that quarterbacks go head to head is nonsense. But they like to spin it. Bill Belichick has owned any offense that Andy Reid has put up against his defense in his career when the game is on the line. I'll say that again. Bill Belichick has owned Andy Reid every time they've met in a game that meant something. I think Bill Belichick against Andy Reid's like 3-0. So how could you say Andy Reid's the best head coach ever? Where do you come up with this nonsense? But that's the narrative, right? That's the fake news media that spin shit. But when you come to chasing that high, we really don't chase no highs around here, boy. We don't do drugs. We don't smoke weed. We don't drink alcohol. We ain't tripping. What do I tell y'all? When you come to this chasing that high, we just tell the truth over dope ass beats because it's a flight test. So unless you lived underneath a rock, the national media, local media is completely bashing Bill Belichick. There is no NFL team in a 20-year span that has done what Bill Belichick has done. Now, a lot of y'all hold him up for the Malcolm Butler thing. We don't know why. We have no reason to believe yay or nay. Because none of these two parties have come out and said this happened and that happened. Robert Kraft, who's just a scumbag, boo him up. Is blaming Bill Belichick for Aaron Hernandez. There were other Patriot players that did deplorable things that nobody talks about. Deplorable. Just Google it. Nobody really knew how Aaron Hernandez got down. We knew he didn't take no shorts, but nobody really knew how he was getting down. Shit. Boston police didn't know how he was getting down until all the evidence started to stack up, and then like, oh yeah, we're going to charge him with this, we're going to charge him with that. But Robert Kraft is trying to get out in front. And to spend money on a documentary to bash a dude that gave you so many chips, to get out in front of that narrative, and then you, as a black man, want to go and take that position? You are watching The national and local media squeeze Belichick's nuts unapologetically. Is that even a word? You're watching national and local media destroy Bill Belichick Maybe if I was drunk, I would have an excuse. You as a black man is watching the New England Patriots national media destroy Bill Belichick. Now you as a black man, head coach of the Patriots, if you don't deliver 8, 9, 10 championships in a row, you got to do it in a row. You have to deliver something that's greater than what Belichick did. You have to deliver something that's greater than what Belichick did. If you don't, and you got to be from Boston to really understand this, they're going to bury you behind Florian Hall in Dorchester. If you ain't from Boston, go and Google Florian Hall, Boston, and then you understand what I'm saying. This is the greatest setup for a black man ever. When you look at Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season in his career as a Pittsburgh Steelers head coach. He almost did it this year. And they still want his head. And he brought Pittsburgh a chip. Should have been 2. A lucky fumble. And that's how Aaron Rodgers got on the board. No fumble in Pittsburgh. No fumble in Pittsburgh gives Mike Tomlin 2 chips in the Belichick era. That would be the most of any head coach in the NFL. And y'all still don't give Mike Tomlin the respect. What happened to the... man, I can't even... Yo, this show straight off the top of the dome, man. We don't write scripts for hits, boy. What happened to the defensive coordinator out in Buffalo? Shit canned? Did he leave on his own will? Did he retire? I don't know. That's a question that I'm asking y'all. What happened to the defensive coordinator in San Francisco after their Super Bowl loss a couple weeks ago? Was he shit canned? Did he retire? I don't know. I'm asking you. Where's the Jeopardy music? Bang, 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 bang. Bam, 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 bam. Do you see the narrative here? When white coaches drop the ball, they're able to get a new job somewhere else. When black coaches fail, they're outcasted for life. So I'm looking at Jerod Mayo in these press conferences, laughing, giggling, and doing the whole yes massa dance. That boy better be careful. Because this is Boston. The culture does not die that easy. Of course you could go to the seaport and hang out. Of course you could go to the seaport, see a beautiful blonde lady, talk to her, take her out, hang out at Lincoln, have a couple of Patrick Mahomes babies running around the seaport. Of course you can. Of course you can get a nice little job out here. But the culture doesn't die. The culture just has removed its aggressive stance, but the culture is still here. So what are you gonna do, Jerod Mayo, as a black coach in the city of Boston, after you've witnessed them killing Bill Belichick, who's white? Boy, you in trouble. You don't even know you in trouble. You don't even know what you're getting yourself involved in. You have no idea what you are getting yourself involved in. And as for black people in Massachusetts, I think it's imperative. Oh, damn, now I could talk. It's imperative. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn what team you root for. I don't give a damn if you're a black person in Massachusetts and you're a KC fan or a Ravens fan or a Green Bay fan or a Steelers fan. I don't give a fuck. The black community needs to stand behind Jerod Mayo. When we go to Gillette Stadium, I don't want to see one token black guy at the lighthouse doing the Carlton. Y'all have to come out and support. When they do the analytics, because it's a business, when they do the analytics and look at the demographics that spended money at Gillette Stadium, they know black, white, how much you make a year, what you do for a living, how your shit comes out of your asshole. Is it hard? Is it soupy? They know all of that. This is another chance for black people to support Jerod Mayo. This has to become so important. Fuck Black Lives Matter. Because when you talk about Black Lives Matter, the Red Sox took out a big advertisement on the side of Fenway Park when you're driving on the Mass Pike. Black Lives Matter. And what the fuck did they do? A generational talent, a black generational talent, they let walk. Because when you go to Fenway, you see one black guy doing the Carlton. We need to show support. We need to show that the hiring of a black coach is going to bring black dollars. No matter what the record is, we need to fill that stadium up. All 17% of y'all out of the fucking population in Massachusetts. Because we all know Jerod Mayo is going to fucking fail. Because the Crafts are going to run the Patriots like how they did when Pete Carroll was here. Robert Kraft wants complete ownership. He wants power. He wants to make all the decisions. And he wants a puppet on the sideline. He did that with Pete Carroll. It didn't work. After Bill Parcells gave him the key. So history repeats itself. You have a dictator as a head coach. You get rid of him, you bring in a puppet. The puppet doesn't work. You get rid of the puppet, you bring in another dictator. The dictator gives you chips. But you want all the fame. So you get rid of him. You meddle with the culture. Then you bring in a puppet. But the problem is when you have a black puppet. If that black puppet does not exceed expectations, that puppet will never be shown again. If Jerod Mayo fails here in Boston, man, listen, man. Put him in a body bag. If Jerod Mayo, fuck that. Let's go back. Black people in Massachusetts need to get behind this team. Because now we're back to the puppet stage of the Patriots, where management wants to do the draft picks, want to call the plays, want to go to analytics. It's going to be the puppet master behind a computer telling Mayo what to do. And I get it. I get it. You spend all the money, you should have all the control. My dad always told me, what's the golden rule? The golden rule is the man with all the gold makes all the fucking rules. That's the golden rule. I'm going to say that again. The golden rule is the man with all the gold makes all the rules. It's your team. You put up the funds. But we need to combat the puppet, and we got to show support. This is a crucial time. Because if they're killing Bill Belichick, who is white, with chips, and Jerod Mayo comes into the situation and wins nothing, let me say that again. They're killing Bill Belichick, who's won chips. His defense was crazy. They killed Bill Belichick on his draft picks. If you look at Bill Belichick's draft picks and his moves over the 20 years plus in Boston, how many Hall of Famers did he draft? You tell me. You're a Patriots fan. If you look at Bill Belichick's career in Massachusetts, how many Hall of Famers did he draft? How many Hall of Famers did he bring here to win? Y'all gotta watch that narrative, man. Y'all gotta watch that narrative. Jerod Mayo is on the clock. Jerod Mayo is on the clock. And this is a time for black money to show up and support Jerod Mayo. I'm telling you, man, this is sticky. And he doesn't know what he's involved in. Because Jerod Mayo is just going to be a puppet on the sidelines. And if we're talking about, just go and ask Pete Carroll how he felt about being a puppet on the sidelines. Black people got to show the fuck up and show support.